One Zambia, one nation, and welcome to Zanis News. We look at the top stories in the news. Access Bank pledges 500,000 kwacha to Zambia's drought response. Government launches public finance review. Plus youths aged to embrace sports activities. And now with the main news in detail, my name is Margaret Kangwa and my sign language interpreter is Imelda Mulea. Vice President Mutale Nalomango has commended Access Bank Group for giving Zambia 500,000 kwacha meant for the country's drought response strategy. And speaking in Lusaka today when a delegation from Access Bank paid a courtesy call on her, Mrs. Nalomango says the funds, which are meant for the nutrition component of the drought response, will improve the nutritional status of mothers and children. The Vice President said failure to address nutrition in the country can have long-term negative effects on lactating mothers and their children. Mrs. Nalomango further applauded Access Bank for having products that focus on development of women. And Access Bank Group Deputy Managing Director Chizoma Okoli says that the firm decided to help Zambia's drought response due to the favorable operating environment experienced for the past 15 years.
Believe you me, I learned that when you are talking economy in America, they will talk of kitchen table economics. Kitchen table economics, because that's where it starts from, with the woman who is in the kitchen. Controlling, and will tell you the economy is bad, you better listen, because they are the ones. So I am just happy to receive you and just encourage you that this is, Zambia is really ready, as we keep saying, for investment. So you are investing in the right place, because we have what it takes to secure your investment. We have the environment that is enabling to make somebody feel comfortable. We have the peace. We talk big, but we are generally a very peaceful people. So your environment is secure. We are also very stable politically. Don't listen to the talk. We talk, but we have been extremely stable. One of the countries that has lived through without turbulence, even though we have been surrounded with many turbulent nations, and we have been a refuge country. We have received the refugees from time immemorial, but we have remained, strong and united with 73, madam, ethnic groupings, tribes. But believe you, we continue to work on being one, being one. Our founding fathers did a great job. So you can be assured that here we are a very stable country, providing a good enabling environment for the security of the investment. And you can do whatever you need to do that is progressive and support to the Zambian people. Support to the Zambian people as you grow, and also achieve that which you intend for. But I believe that part of your intention is the community service to the community, because they are your people. I have been saying the private sector cannot survive without the people. The people are your client.
I know that you have created an enabling environment for economic prosperity, and that is truly, truly commendable. And then particularly you, as a woman and vice president, you are very inspiring. We're drawing a lot of strength from you, and it's very emotional for me when I see women in this position, because what it shows is that besides the fact that you're very intelligent, it is women, women really are very emotional about whatever they do. And the fact that you're sitting down here today tells me the character and the nature of human being that you are. So I really commend you. And again, for also the economic and all the social programs that you have been running. within the economy, particularly to also alleviate the lives of women. I saw how you reacted when my colleague Abiodun introduced herself as the head of women banking. So it tells me a lot about how passionate you are about women. And I can tell you that we are the bank for women. And it's not a coincidence or a mistake that we're sitting down here with you today.
And Ministry of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tabo Kawana says government remains committed to work alongside the church to promote justice, peace and reconciliation, among others. Mr. Kawana was speaking when he officially opened the World Day of Prayer Conference in Lusaka today.
Various churches, both local and international, have gathered at the Cathedral of the Holy Cross for the World Day of Prayer Conference. Minister of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tawo Kawana, who officiated at the event, reaffirmed the government's commitment to partner with the church in fostering development.
Of the Republic of Zambia, we believe in an African community governed by mutual care and compassion. Faith communities, like the World Day of Prayer Africa chapter, play a vital role in supporting states and peoples to realize this shared vision. In this regard, I urge the conference delegates to focus on the need to strengthen partnerships with governments across the whole society, including with the church.
World Day of Prayer International President Joyce Lako said that the church has a role to play in addressing various challenges affecting society.
Promise us that the journey is going to be easy. But we were promised that we will see the promised land. And as we march towards the promised land, let's set marks and work towards those goals. And work towards these goals that we set. And if all countries are doing that, in the next few years, we would say that we were in the Anglican Church in Zambia. And we committed as members of World Day of Prayer that we will help Africa and we will promote socioeconomic justice with our prayers and with our actions. May God help us. May God grant us the grace to be able to do what we have to do. Shalom.
African young women representative appealed to both the government and the church to help the young people on various issues affecting them. The meeting, that has attracted delegates from across Africa, will deliberate on issues such as poverty and climate change, among others.
Hope you can guide us in developing our skills, whether it be through workshops on leadership, advocacy, health education, or community organizing. Your mentorship can help us become effective advocates for change. Together, we can create programs that not only educate young girls about their rights, but also provide practical solutions to the issues they face today.
Evelyn Masialeti, reporting for Zanis in Lusaka.
And our former cabinet minister in the Movement for Multi-Party Democracy MMD government, George Mpombo, has died. The late Mr. Mpombo, aged 70, passed away on Sunday, September 22nd, 2024, at Ndola Teaching Hospital after an illness. And according to a media statement released by Secretary to the Cabinet, Patrick Kangwa, the funeral gathering for the late cabinet minister is being held on the Copperbelt at Maranatha Farm, plot 19037/M off Chimwala Road in Masaiti District. Mr. Kangwa says the Cabinet Office is working closely with the late Mpombo's family to finalize the funeral program, which will be made public once the burial arrangements are concluded. The late Mr. Mpombo served as Cabinet Minister between 2003 to 2009 in the Ministry of Energy and Water Development and the Ministry of Defense. The news continues, and now let us get to business news. The Ministry of Finance and National Planning, with support from the World Bank, has launched the Public Finance Review that will strengthen fiscal governance, promote transparency, and unlock sustainable development. Minister of Finance and National Planning, Situmbeko Musokotwane, says by overhauling its public finance framework, the country aims to improve economic growth, improve public service, and enhance investors' confidence. And speaking at the review meeting, Mr. Musokotwane, who was represented by Secretary to the Treasury, Felix Nkulukusa, stated that the review will enhance transparency and accountability. And World Bank Country Manager Akim Falk also stressed the importance of fiscal governance and sustainable development for the country's economic growth.
Public Finance Review report has highlighted successes and challenges in strengthening Zambia's fiscal governance to support the country's development agenda through well-calculated investments. The report indicates that in the last decade, government has fine-tuned its revenue forecasts, adhered to good governance practices, enacted a credible public-private partnership legal and regulatory landscape, put in place a public investment management regime, and implemented measures to mobilize revenues. However, there is room for improvement in terms of increasing revenues, including VAT, that has historically underperformed, attracting more private capital, and enhance project rationalization in view of the limited resources. The report also notes that government has significantly increased budgetary allocation to local government administration through the Enhanced Constituency Development Fund that seeks to bring development closer to the people.
Zambia Public Finance Review aims to support the government in building on these successes and address the many still significant challenges. As we look at Zambia's economic landscape, the country has faced several challenges with substantial impact on public finance. Zambia has struggled to diversify its economy away from the heavy dependence on mining, in particular copper, and a low productivity agriculture sector on which the majority of Zambians depend. Let me reaffirm the World Bank's continued commitment to support the government in its economic transformation agenda. This can only be achieved through collective effort to strengthen the country's fiscal governance system and create a sustainable future.
Few recommendations arising from this analysis. One is really important to propose a single unified comprehensive law capturing everything in SOEs and realigning the institutional framework by adopting a single independent body responsible for overseeing SOEs operations.
Well, still on business news, now the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has called on public, especially young people, to cultivate a deeper understanding of capital markets and the critical role it plays in the country's economy. And acting SEC Financial Inclusion Manager, Sitali Mugala, says there is need for young minds to engage in critical discussions on capital markets, as this will inspire fresh ideas and innovative thinking in the field. Mrs. Mugala was speaking during the first National Capital Markets Debate competition held in Kalumbila District as part of the World Investor Week 2024 commemorations. Meanwhile, Northwestern University College of Applied Sciences Director Bhavik Patel has commended SEC for the initiative, saying this will play a key role in promoting financial literacy, especially among youths.
In line with the National Strategy on Financial Education, we are targeting a diverse audience from children, youth to adults, ensuring that the campaign has a cross-cutting relevance. One of our flagship initiatives for engaging the youth in this national capital markets capital markets debate competition, which we have organized in partnership with the Zambian Universities and Colleges Debaters Association, SUCODA. This competition is designed to challenge and inspire our young leaders to think critically about the financial world and its future.
This debate is more than a competition. It is an opportunity for all participants to explore the challenges and opportunities of modern finance, to present informed perspectives, and to engage in meaningful discussions that will help shape your understanding of capital markets. I would like to take a moment to thank the SEC for the dedication to promote financial literacy and investor protection, and for organizing this debate that will not only educate but also empower our students to become informed and smart investors.
Well, we now take our first break. Join us on Foreign News after this break. Stay tuned.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on Zanis TV, Topstar Platform, Channel 6 DTT, and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
Welcome back. We now proceed with our foreign item. Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mulambo Haimbe, has arrived in the United States of America for the Summit of the Future event that presents an opportunity to close the gaps in global governance and strengthen cooperation on pressing issues. In a statement issued to Zanis by the Zambian Permanent Mission to the United Nations First Secretary for Press and Public Relations, Namatama Njekwa, disclosed that the summit is being convened following a resolution passed by the United Nations General Assembly in 2021 to hold the summit in 2024, building on the 2023 Sustainable Development Goals Summit. And Ms. Njewa says Zambia will co-host 3 side events on sustainable financing for future generations, the Global Digital Compact, and ending child marriages. She added that the meeting will highlight the need for additional financing that will enable developing countries to meet the SDGs and the need for financing towards human capital for children and youths. Ms. Njekwa also added that Zambia and the Republic of Seychelles will co-host the side event on sustainable financing future generations with support from the United Nations Population Fund. Well, the news continues, and now Mozambican High Commissioner to Zambia says over 6,000 people from Mozambique living in Zambia will take part in this year's Mozambican general elections. And Ms. Monique Patricio Clement Musa says the elections will take place on October 9th, 2024, where about over 6,000 voters who registered in the voter registration exercise carried out on March 28th and April 28th of 2024 will exercise their rights to vote for their preferred candidates. Now, speaking when she called on the Copperbelt Province Minister, Elisha Matambo, in Dola, Ms. Musa noted that over 1,900 Mozambicans living in the province will cast their votes in 4 polling stations, namely Ndola, Kitwe, Chingola, and Chililawombwe. The High Commissioner disclosed that about 2,600 Mozambicans will vote from Lusaka, while 483 will cast their vote in Eastern Province.
Aproveitar esta oportunidade, agradecer pela recepção calorosa oferecida ao nosso presidente, Felipe Jacinto Nyusi,
we want to use this opportunity to recognize the good reception that we had to receiving our head of state, Felipe Jacinto Nyusi.
Quando da sua visita de Estado ao país amigo, país irmão, a Zâmbia, que até esteve aqui em Angola.
When we came to the state to visit here in Zambia, and he was here in Angola too.
Dizer que este ano no nosso país, em Moçambique, realiza-se eleições gerais.
To say that this year in Mozambique we're going to have the general election.
As eleições gerais em Moçambique este ano são as 7ª.
So the general election in Mozambique on this year is the 7th.
Mas em Moçambique, quando há eleições, são no território e na diáspora.
So in Mozambique, when the election, we do the internal election in the countries and in the diaspora.
Portanto, na diáspora são as 4ª eleições.
So in the diaspora, this is the 4th election.
São eleições para a escolha de presidente da República.
It's the election to choose to vote for the president of the Republic.
Deputado da Assembleia da República.
Member for the Parliament.
E governadores provinciais.
And the government for.
Portanto, como dizíamos que sim, a Zâmbia inclui está na lista dos países que participam.
As you said before, Zambia is one of the countries that are going to have this diaspora election.
Friendship which was started by our founding president, the late President Kaunda, the late President Machel, has been in existence for a long time. With the coming in of His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, the friendship has gone to another level. We are also delighted that you came to tell us in details on how you are going to conduct the elections of our sister country, Mozambique. I'm also delighted to have the clear statistics of Mozambicans who are found on the Copperbelt province as 1,917. I think our role as provincial administration will engage what we call PJOC, the heads of security wings who are found in our province. The only thing we want to do is to get involved in the process because this is an in-house, it's a Mozambican elections.
Well, we now take our second break. Join us on our health segment and other interesting stories.
Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conducts that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on Zanis TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topster channel, channel 6 DTT and channel 458 DTH.
We are back and now on the health segment. Now, the Department of Health in Kasama District is targeting to vaccinate over 74,000 children who are aged between 9 and 59 months in the Measles Rubella campaign. And Kasama Mayor Teresa Kolala, who officiated at the launch of the exercise in Kasama, has expressed happiness with the response from parents in the district. Gladys Nyirenda covered the launch and gives more details in this report.
These are some of the parents who brought their children for the measles rubella vaccination campaign in Kasama district. John Kangwa, a resident who brought his children for vaccination, underscored the importance of such exercise.
Me, I'm a disabled man.
Kasama Mayor Teresa Kolala, who graced the vaccination exercise, disclosed that the district is targeting to vaccinate about 74,800 children aged between 9 and 59 months.
Very happy about the response that we already have. You know, this is just right in town where the team has come to vaccinate. And behind me, you can see the queue of women that have actually brought their children. So this is very, very encouraging. And from this, I would like to urge all the women out there, even the men, the fathers, to take time and take children from the age of 9 months up to 5 years, so that they can also, get vaccinated.
Dr. Charles Chungu is a Kasama District Health Director in charge of technical services.
In recent past, we've noticed that there's been an outbreak of measles, including in Kasama. I can share with you that we've had up to 37 individuals suspected to have measles, and we collected samples from 11 of them, and 6 came out positive. So this is a confirmation that a measles outbreak has been in our community. So the Ministry of Health, its partners have responded by putting up this important activity to vaccinate children so that they are protected.
Gladys Nyuenda for Zanis News in Kasama.
Well, still on health news, but now in Central Province, Kawe residents have bemoaned lack of water at Makandanyama Clinic, forcing health personnel at the facility to draw water from a nearby monopump. And Kawe District Commissioner Lennox Shimwambwa visited the health facility and assured the residents and health workers that government will ensure the clinic has clean water supply. Kelvin Tembo has the details.
Nasi na uniform yako yabwera na plastic yafwala aletu ntamesha yankuperera kwa bantu muti bali abale kwa bati bali mu serious kama yakopara depression ibwere ko panshi.
These are some of the concerns from residents in Makandanyama area of Kabwe that have compelled Kabwe District Commissioner Lennox Shimwambwa and Kabwe District Health Director Evaristo Chanda to visit the health facility. The residents have appealed for a borehole at the clinic.
So papa clinic pafuire pawa.
The clinic should have a borehole.
Assistant nurse in charge says the available water at the facility is not safe for drinking.
And the problem right now is water supply. We need running water in the facility so that infection prevention is well observed, and also clean drinking water for patients, because that water we have, patients can't stay. So we are forced to go and source for safe drinking water. That's where we get the water.
Kabwe District Director of Health, Evaristo Chanda, has this appeal.
From that facility we are expanding. A few months ago they usually used to wake up to 13 hours, but now we are going up to 16.
Up to 16.
Even the patient load has also increased. So we are just pledging that the infrastructure is completed as soon as possible, so that they have a proper OPD and a proper maternity. Currently they are not doing any deliveries because the structure is not yet complete.
And Kabwe District Commissioner Lennox Shimwambwa says government will engage stakeholders to ensure the facility has safe, clean drinking water.
Together, working together, the issue of water is very critical to ensure that the right things are done. So whether it is a borehole through Habitat for Humanity to help us, our partners to help us with those things, talk about issues of signage. These are some of the things we can work around, so that even as our patients come, even as the officials come, they know where this facility is.
Kelvin Tembo for Zanis in Kabwe, Central Province.
Well, on the other hand, government has handed over 2 health posts in Shuangandu district and built at a cost of over 3 million kwacha using the Constituents Development Fund. Muchinga Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Matthews Chilikwa, who officiated at the handover ceremony, has urged the residents and health personnel to jealously safeguard the facilities. Miriam Kumwende covered the event and now reports.
It was a dream come true for the people of Kantimba and Mungulube area in Chwangandu district in Mchinga province after the first ever health posts were commissioned and handed over for onward use. The facilities, built using the 2022 Constituency Development Fund, CDF, will cut on the long distances that residents in the two and surrounding areas used to incur to access medical services at the nearest health facility located about 15 kilometers. Mchinga Province Deputy Permanent Secretary, Reverend Matthews Chilekwa, graced the handover ceremony of the two health facilities.
These are your health posts. I therefore appeal to the people of Kantimba and Mungulube to safeguard these facilities and prevent any form of vandalism. Protect them for the benefit of the future generations.
Chwangandu area member of Parliament Stephen Kampyongo was also at hand to witness the handover.
I want to assure you that for us, projects like this are non-political. We don't want to frustrate the disbursement of these government funds because you as government, your interest and our interest is to save these communities.
Residents in the two areas are elated and grateful to government for the development. Miriam Kumwenda reporting for Zanis in Chwangandu district, Mchinga province.
Well, we now take our second break. Stay tuned for more news.
Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conducts that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on Zanis TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topster channel, channel 6 DTT and channel 458 DTH.
And now, a truck which was transporting alleged illegal copper has destroyed Mayonde Bridge on Mutanda River in northwestern province after it overturned on the bridge en route to unknown destination. According to an eyewitness, Rhoda Kasosa, the truck was coming from Mujimanzovu area in Mushindamo district heading to Solwezi district when the driver failed to cross over the deplorable bridge. Jennifer Mutoshi has the details in this report.
Coming from and heading to an unknown destination, this tipper truck is alleged to have been smuggling suspected illegal copper using a bypass road. The illegality, however, is not just a breach of law, but has left a tragedy for the people of Mayonde as their limping bridge is now shattered. The residents share what they saw and air out their cry.
nakumana turukungurwa wa mwekateni namuna kintu kya kupiribuka ona kuiya kutana dipa yapo nina mu bridge muno mukyabu
baba tupaire motera mabwa abana baskuru kile twashaka frumende wele kwa mambo mari yao yepi mari twarusha mari afuma panazi pikutende kumigwa mwaka fikane rero turanguruka ipo no mwaka saa cyanje kupuane akino cyabo kikare cyarunguruka burongo mambo kazobavura bazimi na bushiya.
Solwezi Municipal Council, together with the Office of the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, checks on the situation.
It is very unfortunate, and as government, we've put up measures to work on this bridge. As we speak right now, procurement process is underway because this bridge is under EGP. We've started the process of making sure that we identify a contractor that will move in to put up a bridge that will stand the test of time. But for now, we want to make sure that we move in quickly with all government wings to come and see how best we can quickly attend to this. Let me also take this opportunity to appeal to the drivers in the district. They need to be very conscious.
Reporting for Zanis in Solwezi District, Jennifer Mtoshe.
And our Central Province Permanent Secretary Muna Mwanakampwe says government has engaged the family of the person who was buried on the site where the Lusaka-Ndola dual carriageway is set to pass in Chibombo to excavate the remains and be buried at a designated cemetery. And Dr. Mwanakampwe says it is not strange to find graves where the road is set to pass, as the areas were part of the villages where some buried their loved ones, saying such matters can be resolved through engagements. A story has gone viral in which a tombstone was found in the area, which is part of the site meant for the dual carriageway. The area in Chibombo is part of the 327-kilometer stretch meant for the expansion of the road. We now take our last break. Stay tuned for more news.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on Zanis TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
Welcome back. We now move to our agriculture segment. Government has handed over assorted farming equipment to farmers in Mafinga district in Muchinga province under the Sustainable Luangwa project. And speaking during the handover ceremony, Minister of Green Economy and Environment Permanent Secretary Dauchi Chibamba says the move seeks to actualize government's agenda of promoting sustainable farming practices in the agriculture sector. Here are the details. More on agriculture news. The implementation of Cash for Work program has commenced in Sinazongwe district with overwhelming local community participation in various wards. The community members who are working on identified projects in their respective wards have appreciated government for the program. Pride Walia gives us the details.
Works on various projects under the Cash for Work initiative in Sinazongwe district have commenced. Sinazongwe Town Council is supervising the works to ensure that projects worked on contribute to the improvement of people's welfare in various communities. The council is impressed with the works on some of the projects so far.
Carrying out inspections and just monitoring the ongoing works for the Cash for Work program. So basically most of the communities have just begun the works. So we've had a preview of wards such as Senenge. Right now we are in Mwemba ward. So some of the projects that are being done are like what we have behind me. This is a maternity annex. So far they've done the footing, which looks quite well. And we visited the road where the community in Chimini is doing the road from Chimini area up to Namafolo border, which also is going on well. Then we've also had preview of the crossing point at Munyati School in Senenge Ward. Then we also have the community that are constructing toilets for the school. And so far, the works have been going on.
Civic leaders are happy with the initiative of Cash for Work meant to help cushion hunger currently being experienced by the people due to drought.
So Cash for Work has really helped the community. Looking at this season where we are, now through this initiative which the President has come up with, we are really appreciating.
The community has equally commended the government and is eager to participate in the Cash for Work initiative in order for them to benefit. Pride Warrior, Zanis, in Sinazongwe district, Southern Province.
Also in the news tonight, the Zambia Meteorological Department says the current change in the weather pattern is temporal. According to the department, the drop in the temperature being experienced in southern, Lusaka, eastern, central and Muchinga provinces will last for 2 days from 23rd to 24th of September 2024. The department has indicated that the drop in temperature has been induced by a strong high-pressure system over the east coast of South Africa. Lakson Makosa has more in this report.
The Zambia Meteorological Department has focused rainfall activities in the northern parts of the country. The department cited Wapula, northern, northwestern, western, Muchinga and parts of southern provinces as areas expected to experience rainfall activities on the 30th of September 2024.
30th September, we see a convergence line over the northern parts of the country, including the western parts of the country. What does this mean? This means that we will expect some rainfall activities to affect the northern parts of the country, that is northern, Luapula going into northwestern and western provinces, including some parts of southern province.
Meanwhile, the Zambia Meteorological Department says the drop in temperature being experienced in selected parts of the country is temporal.
Currently, the windfall pattern that we are having is coming from the southeast. We have a high pressure system over the southeast coast of South Africa, which is giving us some cool and strong southeastern airflow that is covering most parts of the country. Because of its source region, which is a cold region, it means it is the one responsible for the cold weather that we've experienced today.
The department further indicated that temperatures are expected to pick up mid this week.
We expect from Wednesday, we expect high temperatures reaching as high as 40 and 41 degrees Celsius by weekend. And looking at the cloud cover that was experienced today, and which we expect tomorrow, we see that these are areas that are covered with cloudy weather conditions. Windy weather conditions are affecting the whole country, and we are seeing some light rains affecting some parts of Muchinga, eastern and parts of central province today and tomorrow.
For Zanis, I'm Lakson Makosa.
And Chief Chamuka of the Lenje people of Chisamba district in Central Province has warned of banishment against his subjects perpetrating early marriages. And speaking during an awareness meeting with his subjects held at Kasosolo village in Chisamba, the traditional leader says child marriages are illegal in Zambia under Act number 13 of 2023. Here are the details.
Chief Chamuka of the Lenje people of Chisamba district is known for pioneering the fight against early marriages. In this regard, the traditional leader has warned purveyors of early marriages of expulsion from his chiefdom. And Chief Chamuka says children, regardless of their background, must access education because of the government's free education and re-entry policies.
Protect the children. Those children have got the future, they can change your life per family. Ingalai life per family. Those. Ngombe shiria, shoviro olo shotatwe, olo 4 olo 5, shomulipirisha, mwana mwamulekesha chikolo, mwalipirisha ngombe 5. Ingawashivosha, ngombe shiria 5, musalari omwi.
Meanwhile, Provincial Chiefs Affairs Representative Juliet Champo says parents play a vital role in the lives of their children.
One could free education. Na the entry policy idalamula yakuti omwana akala mwana akali ku school akalibosiriza school uja angaende abala uja mwana mumubweza uja mwana ku school apwelela apitilize na chani na sukulu because simula mtume uja mwana kuchaende kuja kuchikwati akaliponkala na nzelu izakuti angasunge chiji chikwati.
Tishuke Kaunda, reporting for Zanis in Chisamba District, Central Province.
Now we end the news with our sporting item. Luapula Province Minister Njavwa Simutowe says sport activities play an important role in national unity as well as creation of employment. Simutowe was speaking when he handed over monetary prizes and trophy to football teams that participated in the football tournament sponsored by Senior Chief Mushota in Kawambo District to mark the commemoration of the Chishinga Malaila traditional ceremony. We have more in this report.
Luapula Province Minister Njavasim Towe has urged youths in Kawamba district to embrace various sports disciplines as a source of employment. Presenting awards to winning teams of the Mushota football tournament, Mr. Njavu underscored the role of sports in promoting unity, peace, and the well-being of participants. Meanwhile, Senior Chief Mushota of the Chinga people encouraged the participating teams in the Mushota football tournament to continue working hard as more tournaments will come. The Mshota Football Tournament, an annual football event which took place days before the commemoration of the Chingamalaila traditional ceremony, comprised 8 teams from various communities in Kawamba district and had 4 winners, with the first prize receiving 3,000 kwacha, 2,000 kwacha for the second, 1,500 kwacha, and 1,000 kwacha respectively for third and fourth winners. Shpili Makasa, reporting for Zanis, in Kawamba district, Luapula province.
Well, that sporting item brings us to the end of the news. Now, before I finish, let us look at some of the stories that made us headlines. Access Bank pledges 500,000 kwacha to Zambia's drought response. Government launches public finance review. Plus, youths urged to embrace sports activities. Well, that is all we had for you here at Zanis, and on behalf of the entire news production crew, thank you so much for being with us. It has been Margaret Kangwa, and my sign language interpreter has been Imelda Mulea. Stay tuned.